interesting story that Reiner brought to the group here, and when I say group, I mean it really has been an ensemble piece from the very beginning. Reiner came up with the idea a few years ago to bring Canterbury Tales to Maryland Ensemble Theatre, and after a little bit of time in development and the thought process of where it might fit into a season, we decided to just put it into the season without ever really having a script yet.
I had the idea actually a long time ago when I went to Shepherd College. I was an English major and a theater minor, and I belonged to a group, was an acting group that specialized in medieval and Renaissance theater. And we would take 13th and 14th century texts and update them to make it relevant to a modern audience. And I kind of knew then that someday I wanted to write an adaptation of the Canterbury Tales, because the stories had themes that I thought were very relevant to modern audiences, and you know, they're funny, and I think people would enjoy them.
Well, this has been a really great experience, taking an idea that Reiner came up with and seeing it come to fruition, and the added steampunk element has been really cool. You know, making it more accessible to a younger audience, and the set, the costumes, props are just awesome, and I can't wait to see it tonight.
I play Sister Mary, and I am not exactly, don't look very nun-like, but I act very nun-like, very not too cool with all the bawdiness going on until the play progresses, and then I get worn down by exhaustion and good-looking guys. So that's kind of what goes on with me.
The Miller is basically the lush of the show. He spends the show drinking.
Well, I play several different characters actually. My main character is Philippa, but then she plays different characters throughout the tales. I play Dorigen, who is kind of a hopeless romantic, and I play a character named May, who is a little feisty. She's a little bit like Anna Nicole Smith. I play a younger version of Allison in a flashback scene, who is very angry and likes things to be done her way. I play John's wife, who is very sexy and very sultry.
As far as a process, I reread the original text a couple of times, and then I looked at a relatively modern translation that Neville Coghill did in the 1950s, and sort of looked at what the stories were about, what the main idea in each story was, and then tried to condense them as much as possible, because the stories are really long, there's a lot of repetition. It's a narrative that's told by one narrator, and I realized that for our purposes I had to put in as much dialogue as possible. So that was sort of the main challenge, to translate it from that medium into the dramatic medium.
And actually the whole concept of the steampunk milieu came around when we were actually setting up our season photo shoot, and it was really Karen Payon, who's one of the actors in the show, and Pat McDonald, her fiance, who is now also working props for the show. They really brought the whole steampunk idea to the group, and when we were talking about trying to bring this show, what would make it different, we thought this might be really interesting.
It's a little bit different than doing one of the other original shows, because like shows like Something Brilliant, you built your character from the very ground up, and there is some sort of established character, but you really don't know what to make of it. So especially with the tales that were chosen, you have to just kind of glean what you know and then create, which for a while I had a bit of a hard time because I wasn't sure exactly what her through line was. So I just kind of started making up a past for her, and now it makes more sense to me, so hopefully it'll make more sense to the audience.
My fourth original show with the Met, and it's really neat seeing an idea that comes to fruition. you know, with a regular script, it's already been written and you just take it from there. But with an original piece, there's a lot of input from the actors and the design team and what have you. And you know, it's nice. It's kind of collaborative effort, true meaning of ensemble.
The piece really solidifies what we do as an ensemble because you know, everybody had input from you know, our stage management team had input into the show. The actors had input, certainly you know, all of our design team and the director, but even people outside of the direct crew here, but in the ensemble were you know, bringing suggestions and how this all might come together, and it seemed to work out real well.